Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing good. Children, now we will do prepositions. Now think. Have a look at the following sentences and think over the errors in them. Discuss the missing words with your friends. Number 1, I went the market yesterday. Number 2, my father got a lovely gift his boss. Number 3, I waited for her the reception. Number 4, a boy was walking the road. Number 5, the old lady is walking a brown stick. I kept the keys the table. Now do. Make sentences with the missing words of the above questions in your notebook. जो missing words हैं उनसे sentence बनाइए अपनी notebook में. Now read. A preposition is a word often placed before a noun or a pronoun to show its relation with some other words in the sentence. Preposition हम कहाँ use करते हैं? Noun और pronoun से पहले. किस चीज़ के लिए? टू शो इट्स रिलेशन, उसका रिलेशन शो करने के लिए विथ सम अदर वर्ड्स इन द सेंटेंस. सेंटेंस में और दूसरे वर्ड्स के साथ में उसका क्या रिलेशन है, इसको शो करने के लिए हम नाउन और प्रोनाउन से पहले प्रेपोजिशन का यूज़ करते हैं. नाउ काइंड्स ऑफ प्रेपोजिशंस. prepositions of time, prepositions of place, prepositions of direction and movement. Prepositions of time. Prepositions of time include on, at, in, by, until, for, during, between, within, before, since. The preposition on indicates days of the week. Example, I will complete this project on Tuesday. ठीक है, अगर वीकडेज हमें वीक का कोई डे बताना है तो वहाँ भी हम ऑन का यूज़ करते हैं. नंबर 2, पार्ट्स ऑफ डेज ऑफ द वीक. एग्जाम्पल, वी आर गोइंग टू द म्यूजियम ऑन संडे मॉर्निंग. विद डेट्स के साथ भी हम यूज़ करते हैं. एग्जाम्पल, द वेडिंग इज़ ऑन 2 February. स्पेशल डेज. Example, my mother was born on Valentine's Day. The preposition in indicates number 1, months, seasons, years. In जो है month को, season को और year को भी indicate करता है. Example, we visited New York in June in summer in 2013. Morning, evening, afternoon. इनके साथ भी इनका यूज़ होगा. Example, I like to read in the morning. Now period of time. Example, I learned to speak English in 4 weeks. Longer periods of time. Example, the play is set in the Middle Ages. Decade, centuries. Example, mobile phones became popular in the 90s. The preposition at indicates. Preposition at क्या indicate करता है? Night, midnight. Example, a loud music woke me up at midnight. Weekend. Example, what will you do at the weekend? Holiday periods. At Diwali, at Holi, etc. Example, we met our cousins at Holi. An exact or a particular time. Example, there is a meeting at 3:30 this afternoon at lunchtime. The preposition by indicates not later than, at or before. Example, I will finish this work by 4 p.m. जो by का यूज़ है वो कहाँ के लिए होता है कि हमें क्या इंडिकेट करना है? Not later than मतलब उससे ज़्यादा देर नहीं होनी चाहिए. The preposition until indicates up to the time that. Example, let us wait until the rain stops. The preposition for indicates the length of an action or how long an action lasts. Example, we are going on holiday for 2 fun-filled weeks. The preposition during indicates. During क्या indicates करता है? Known period of time. Example, I met him during my stay in London. Next, duration of an action. Example, please remain seated during the performance. The preposition between indicates duration between 2 points of time. जो between का यूज़ होगा वो 2 पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम का ड्यूरेशन हमें एक्सप्रेस करेगा. एग्जाम्पल, वी वेटेड एट द एडमिशन काउंटर बिटवीन 2 PM to 4 PM. The preposition within indicates before the end of a certain period. Within का यूज कहाँ होगा? certain period के end होने से पहले. Example, you should get his reply within a week. The preposition before indicates earlier than a certain point of time. Example, we reached before the lunch time. The preposition since indicates from a certain point of time. जो since है वो certain point of time को के लिए यूज होता है. Past till now. Example, Lavina has been working here since 2015. Preposition of place. जो next है हमारा preposition of place. इसलिए कहाँ यूज करते हैं देखिए. Prepositions that give us information about the place, location or position of a noun or a pronoun in relation to something else are called preposition of place. किसकी information देगा? place की, location की. ठीक है. These prepositions include in, at, on, above, under, by, beside, next to, between, among, behind, in front of. The preposition in shows the location of a thing inside a limited area or an enclosed space. Enclosed space में या limited area में हमें उस चीज़ की लोकेशन को वो बताता है. Example, my pen is in the drawer. The preposition at indicates a specific place, location or position. At जो है specific place, location और position को बताएगा. Example, we met each other at the ice cream parlor. Someone is standing at the gate. The preposition on shows position on a horizontal or vertical surface. Example, there are a few pigeons on the roof. Position on streets, roads, etc. Example, we used to have ice cream on the street of Dehradun. Left or right. Example, the model posed on the left side of the door. A floor in a house. Example, they live on the 3rd floor. The preposition above indicates at a higher level than something. Higher level ये express करता है above. Example, I saw a plane flying above me. The preposition under indicates below something. Example, nowadays we get everything in a general stores under one roof. The preposition by, beside, next to indicates by the side of something. By, beside और next to क्या indicate करेगा? किसी के side में, by the side of something. Example, the teacher stood beside me during our class session. The preposition between indicates between two people, places और objects. Between क्या होगा? 2 places, people या object के बीच में शो करने के लिए between का यूज किया जाएगा. Example, I share my meals between me and my friends every day. The preposition among indicates more than 2 people, places और objects. अगर 2 से ज़्यादा हैं तो हम among का यूज करेंगे. Example, I love being among my parents. The preposition behind indicates at the back of. Behind पीछे. Example, the always find my slippers behind the door. The always तो नहीं आना चाहिए. They always find my slippers behind the door. मैं ये कर दे रही हूँ. ठीक है. Example,
action.
Example, they always find my slippers behind the door. The preposition in front of indicates further, forward than someone or something else. Example, there is a garbage dump right in front of our school gate. Now prepositions of direction or movement. Now preposition of direction and movement give us information about the direction or movement of persons and things. ये हमें direction और किसी भी person का या thing का direction और उसका मूवमेंट बताते हैं. Some prepositions of directions are to, towards, through, into, across, over, along, onto. The preposition to indicates movement with the aim of a specific destination which can be place or an event. For example, our cousin will be going to Netherlands this summer. I have been to Chennai once. A specific position, especially if a person or object is facing something. A specific position में जब कोई person या object कुछ face कर रहा है. Example, there is a bottle of ketchup to your left. He stood with his back to the wall. Next is the preposition towards indicates movement in a particular direction. Particular direction में अगर कोई movement है तो towards. Examples, he came towards the thief to snatch the stolen things. You should always move towards achieving your goals. The preposition through indicates movement within a space which can be thought of as three-dimensional. Examples, he couldn't get the new daybed through the door. You won't be able to see it unless you look through the binoculars. Movement across an entire space from one end or side of something to the other. Example, the man waded through the water to reach his yacht. The train passed through the tunnel. The preposition into indicates movement from the outside to the inside of a three-dimensional space. Example, the lion jumped into the well. We got into the train. The preposition across indicates movement from outside of a place to another. जो across है वो क्या indicate करता है? Movement from outside of a place to another. It usually refers to movement in relation to place, which can be thought of as two-dimensional, such as surfaces. Example, a lawn or lines. Example, a river. Examples, how are we going to get across the stream? I came across beautiful girl in the market today. The preposition over indicates movement from one side of a place to another. एक जगह से दूसरी साइड में जो movement होता है उसके लिए over. Examples, the dog jumped over the wall to cuddle its master. They ran over the lush green grass, covering an area. Examples, my mother puts a blanket over me while I sleep. The farmer sprinkled the water over the crops. The preposition along indicates parallel movement or a side by side movement. Along parallel movement के लिए या side by side जो movement हो रहा है उसके लिए use करेंगे. Examples, we walked along the road. The teacher followed us along the corridor. Next, the preposition onto indicates movement into or on a particular place. Example, let us get back onto the path. The dog jumped onto the chair. Now tell, take an article from the newspaper and circle all the prepositions used in it and tell those prepositions to your partner in your class. I hope this is clear to you now. This is your exercise. You have to practice it.